Today I show you how to predict the price action and how we know from looking at our price charts whether the next candle is going to go up or down and whether the market is likely to go up or down next. And I have a few examples. The first example is a liquidity run, and we are also going to take a look at the concept of deceleration and acceleration, which are really important price signals. What we see here when we take a look at this higher time frame chart is that the market has arrived at a previous key resistance area. The resistance in the past led to a sell-off, and a lot of traders will be watching this chart right now once again. What we also see is that the market is in a mature trend. After rolling over and after breaking out of this accumulation phase, we had multiple trend waves into the upside. So we're talking about a mature trend. When we're zooming in at the price action around the key level, we see the concept of deceleration. What this means is that initially we had very large bullish candles. The candles got eventually smaller. Also, what is really important is that we are seeing wicks pointing to the upside. This is also showing signs of rejection. We then see this inside candle, which is a pause in the market, and then we're seeing the concept of acceleration. So the market is reversing into the opposite side. This is not enough yet to sell, and we need to examine the lower time frame structure. This is how it looks on the 5-minute. We see the strong push, but even more interesting than the push is the reaction to the push. We see a very strong red candle indicating that there's not a lot of strength behind the market and behind the push. And afterwards, the market is also making lower highs. We have this very nice support level which we can use. A lot of breakout traders will jump on this trade and will take the breakout short. Where do those breakout short traders have their stop loss? You guessed it, above the support level. This is common knowledge that a lot of traders will have their stops here. Also, you will see that here are fair value gaps on the way down. So when you're taking the breakout, you have to be aware of this fact that there's often going to be stop runs. And if you're not a breakout trader, we are going to wait for a retest. The retest comes here. We are catching here the fair value gaps. The market is showing us a lot of rejection. Volatility is increasing. The retest seems to hold as the market is rolling over, making lower highs as well. And then you can see afterwards the market is really reversing, and the downtrend that we started observing on the higher time frame with the deceleration and the acceleration is then unfolding on the lower time frame. Next, cup and handle, which is a pressure pattern. You can observe this on the higher, on the lower time frame. It's a very common pattern on stock markets, but also you will find this in futures and Forex and any other market. What I particularly like about the cup and handle is that it's a horizontal based pattern. Horizontal patterns are a little bit more objective when you compare it to trend lines, since trend lines can be drawn in so many different ways. When we look at this chart, we see that the price has been in a steady uptrend. The uptrend came to a pause here. The market traded sideways for a bit, and then it came back to the level. And the reaction to the level is really what is important about the cup and handle. The reaction to the level shows us a loss in selling interest. Whereas previously there was a lot of volatility and the market sold off quite a bit. This time it's different, and this time the market keeps pushing into the level sooner and sooner. And this is the key to the cup and handle. This is where the market is almost sticking to the level. The market is not pulling away, showing us a lot of strength on the buy side. Breakout traders will then initiate a long trade on the breakout. This is how it looks. And you can see that the pressure is released on the breakout. In that case, there's no pullback because the pressure that has been building is so huge here that the market just shot higher. Of course, you might see a pullback in the future. We have value gaps created here and order blocks on the way up. So if you have missed the initial breakout, you can also wait for a retest when the market coming lower and then trade a pullback. I love wedges, and although they are trendline based patterns, we can use them in our trading plans. What do we see? The market was in a strong downtrend, and then here as the market entered the wedge, we can draw two trend lines here to describe the price action. On the high side, we see that the market is making lower highs. On the downside, the market is making lower lows. However, there's a lot of weakness in the lows. In the beginning, the market was able to sell off very, very strongly. So we see a very vertical drop here initially, but this is changing here and the angle is much lower, showing us that there's a loss in momentum and the market is fading out here. We don't want to go long yet, but this is a very good indication that the powers seem to be shifting. Now we see the breakout. We also have the component of the lower bounce, which is very similar to what we've seen on the cup and handle. The market is pulling into the trend line, but this time the market is not moving away a lot and immediately shooting above the level. Whereas previously the market sold off, came back and sold off even stronger. This time the sell-off is not prolonged, the sell-off away from the trend line is not happening, and the reverse is happening. The context is here really what matters, because in the long downtrend, a lot of traders are probably sitting on a lot of profits, which means that they are more likely to take profits. Also, a lot of traders probably have their stops above the trend line, and once all of this taking place, we have the stops that are getting hit, and also the traders who are short during this downtrend exiting the trades. That's all contributing to a lot of bullish pressure. And then afterwards the market is shooting higher. So it's really important to see the whole context and not just look at one pattern and one breakout. I love fake outs, traps, liquidity runs, whatever you want to call it. Let's take a look at this example. We have a long uptrending market with a long distribution where the market is moving sideways. This typically doesn't happen during a trending market. When you see a long period of sideways moves, that's not a good sign that the market is in a strong state. Then we see that the market is making a run at the highs. We have the breakout candle, but immediately we see that the market is moving lower. You also see that the candle size is increasing and we have larger candles suddenly compared to what has happened before. So you can see a lot of traders are getting activated, and the bullish strength that we have seen previously is not holding up, and we see a reversal to the downside. And now we have the huge breakout candle. The large breakout is exactly what we need. It is confirming the shift here. A lot of traders who were long took profits. A lot of breakout traders were caught on the wrong foot, and then you will have a lot of breakout traders here as well getting into the market. Other long position traders have their stops here below, so you can see there's a lot of volatility here in the market, a lot of stops getting hit, a lot of breakout entries getting in, and therefore it's a great trade on the downside. Flag continuations are really helpful, especially in the right context. What do we see here? The market in a strong uptrend, the market moved higher and higher and higher. And what I did now is I activated the daily high-low indicator. On TradingView, you just search for daily high-low, and then you will find this indicator. It plots a channel plotting the daily high or yesterday's daily high and yesterday's daily low on your candle, on your price charts. And the market and the trending behavior during a trend is really interesting. During a strong uptrend, the market keeps repeatedly pushing above the daily channel here to the upside and typically doesn't reach the lows. Here in this case, the market never even reached the middle of the lows. And you can see it wasn't until here, when we already had the double top in, that the market reached the other side of the channel. But let's examine how the market is trading into the opposite side of the channel. Whereas previously the market pushed outside of the channel to the upside and stayed above it, repeatedly advancing the trade to the upside and the market to the upside. This time, when we reach the daily lows, the market is reaching the daily lows but getting rejected. Here as well, we trade into the daily lows, get rejected. And this is a sign of weakness on the sell side. We had strength on the buy side, and now we have weakness on the sell side. So this market still overall feels quite bullish overall, and we can find here our flag pattern. We connect the lows, we connect the highs, we get the flag here. If the price action would be able to establish itself outside of the lower lows here and outside of the daily low to the downside for an extended period of time, I would say the market is turning more bearish, but that's not the case, as we've seen here and here. Now what we see, another rejection. The market pushes into the daily low and gets rejected. We haven't broken here the structure yet, so we are not making higher highs yet. That's really important. We are making higher highs with the next candle. And observe this strong reaction, the strong multiple buy candles. This is a great entry for a breakout trade here, and then afterwards the market moved higher. Again, you have created fair value gaps here to the downside, so for those retest and pullback traders, those might be great opportunities when the market is coming down to look for pullback opportunities.